What's going on, everyone? Going to take the history coming to you here from a cemetery here in Maitland, Florida, here at the Maitland Cemetery. And we're here to cover the final resting places of some very prominent figures that we've covered in this channel before. The Waterhouse family, a very prominent founding family here in Maitland, Florida. If you're not familiar with Maitland, Florida, it's about 20 minutes or so from downtown Orlando, probably about 45 minutes from all of the attractions. And one of the things we try to do on this channel is we like to cover a lot of new Florida history, a lot of somewhat old Florida history, and a lot of original Florida history. And what we try to do is we try to capture the history in films. We try to see what's happening, so what's been filmed, try to create new film of historical events and things that have happened, which has brought us here to Maitland, Florida. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn the notifications bell. If at the end of this video you like it, hit that like button. Maybe even share it with somebody. Help share the Florida history. And we're here because we came out a few months ago and I did some exterior shots, exterior videos of the Waterhouse house. It's a very prominent historical home built in 1884, about 2.5 miles or so from here at Lake Lily, just off of 1792. If you're familiar with the Orlando area, it's also called Orlando Avenue. And we've done some filming outside because it's known for being a fairly historic and potentially fairly haunted location. So we come out here to visit the final resting place of the 4 people connected with the Waterhouse home. We have Stella, we have Sarah, we have Charles, and we have William Waterhouse. House was built in 1884. The cemetery was created in 1892. So we're here to try to see if we can find the final resting place of these individuals. And I'm bringing you guys along with me. I've never been to the cemetery before. I've been in the vicinity, but I've never actually been here. So I'm taking you guys along with me. Hopefully the mic's working good. I haven't used an exterior mic in a while, so hopefully it's better quality volume than you've had in the past. Even busted out the gimbal for this one. So we're going full effort, full force with this video. So let's go check out, see if we can find the Waterhouses. Come along with me. So I can't take all credit for this. I actually was able to figure out the cemetery through some help of another local Central Florida paranormal enthusiast, paranormal investigator, Ashley with Ghost Story Girl. If you haven't checked out her channel, her Instagram, make sure you do so. She covers some pretty amazing things. She's the one that reminded me about this story. So what happened was, I was going through, so I was like, oh yeah, I've known the house forever. I know a little bit about the backstory behind it, but kind of sparked the interest in checking out that house. So it was her who gave me the inspiration to come out here and see if we could find the Waterhouse family. As you see, it's not a very big cemetery. It's quite quaint. See the nice lake right over there. Be a nice place to come and have a picnic. Historically, a lot of families used to go and have picnics and spend the day in cemeteries. I could see myself doing that. So here a little plaque kind of breaking down the history of it. I'll cover a little bit of it, but if you want to pause the screen and read the rest of it, you're more than welcome to do so. So we have Maitland Cemetery, the city of Maitland, Florida. The land in which the Maitland Cemetery is situated was acquired as part of a 160-acre parcel on December 11th, 1883 by Richard T. Packard under the United States Homestead Act of 1862. On May 5th of 1891, the town of Lake Maitland purchased 10 acres on the north shore of Lake Lucine from Mr. Packard and his wife Maddie for the cemetery and other uses. And the first cemetery was consecrated on April 6th of 1892. Can I see? There's some spectators looking at me from the road. Probably think I'm strange. I think probably maybe a little strange going in a little one-wheeled skateboard. See, here's some fairly old historic plots. Van Dusen. I always like when they take and they build these little concrete barriers around the cemetery plots. That's a layer of, just like to that they've actually taken time to designate a certain section off. Kind of reminds me of Europe, where they have like the different walls, the partial walls that are built up that take and show where the different neighborhoods are at, where homes are at. So we have Lake Lucerne here, right here. It'd be nice if they clear this out a little bit. It'd be a lot more quaint, I guess. Be able to take and spend your final resting years looking out at the lake. If you hear that traffic that's coming from I-4, Interstate 4, if you've ever been to the Central Florida area, it's quite a unique place. Looks like there's an eggplant right there. I'm not really sure the symbolism behind an eggplant. I'm pretty sure it didn't come out of any of these trees. So you can see this is a quite peaceful cemetery. The main entrance is right over there. We'll check that out probably in a few minutes after we see if we can find a final resting place. I could spend hours in cemeteries just relaxing, especially historic ones like this. There's something to be said about the architecture that used to go into the creation of grave markers. I feel as if the ones of today, which are nice, they can do some really amazing things with grave markers today, but I feel like there's definitely been something lost in the art. Because you look at some from 150, 200, even 300 years ago. When I was up in Philadelphia, I saw some really aged grave markers, and there's just the amount of detail they're able to do hundreds of years ago. Yeah, so covering, we have William. He was the father, the patriarch of the family. He was a Civil War veteran. He found himself being arrested and imprisoned in Georgia. Originally, the family was from New York City. After getting out of prison, he took and moved his family down here to Central Florida and decided to build a house for them, which is when he built the Waterhouse house, which is a museum now on Lake Lily. Kind of show you guys the entrance real quick. Maitland Cemetery. I came in from the side entrance, pulled in one of the parking spots. So William moved his family down here and created the Waterhouse Home. It's now a museum. It's currently has not opened back up for tours on the inside yet. I think they're doing some remodeling on it, and that's kind of one of the big things slowing it down. But once it opens, I would definitely let you guys know. So in addition to William, you have his son Charles, very prominent. His claim to fame here in Maitland was he created the Maitland Library, public library. He helped create the architecture of it. He designed it. And we have Stella, a socialite who was a very prominent person in today affairs, in social affairs, in And Maitland, if there was any event going on, she was there. She made her presence known. She's probably one of the most prominent figures associated with the Waterhouse house. Upstairs there's a window where it's believed that she takes and looks out of. So actually the tour guides have now left that window drapings or curtains open so that she can look out at the lake, wave out to any passerbyers. There was even a story about a 9-year-old boy who went on one of the tours, and he actually saw the vision of a woman who was sitting in a nightgown at the edge of the bed, and he announced that he saw this woman and no one else could see them, which is pretty interesting. Some of the other people who've gone on the tours have said they've seen things. Some of the tour guides have had personal experiences. The alarm system inside the house tends to go kind of finicky whenever anyone mentions anyone in the family's name. So there's definitely a lot of potential activity happening inside of this home. I personally have not had a chance to go inside of it yet. I've been outside of it many times, so that's something I wish to do sooner than later. So right in front of us, I'm trying not to mess up anything. Right in front of us is the family plot of the Waterhouse family. As you can see here, right there, there's the Waterhouse. We have Sarah Waterhouse, born 1840, passed away in 1924. We have William, born in 1842, passed away in 1923. That is the patriarch of the family. So you have the two parents right here, and you have the children back over there. Stella, born 1871. Charles, born in 1870. Charles passed away in 1927. Stella lived a fairly long life to 1966, almost 100 years. See here, they also have the Waterhouse family name there as well. And then we have Helen Waterhouse, 1900 to 1990. Haven't really heard too much about Helen, so I definitely have to take and check that out and see if I can find out some information about Helen, and if that's a granddaughter of William and Sarah, whose child that belongs to. Seems to be another eggplant. I really need to Google what eggplant and cemeteries means. There's like an electrical line coming out of this cemetery plot. It's interesting. Oh, I think they're fake flowers. They just died, I guess. So yeah, right up there is Maitland Boulevard with a 414 it connects into. It's one of the main interstates here, one of the paid toll roads here. This section there is free. So if you ever take and come out here, if you're familiar with Central Florida, there's a sports plex called the RDV Sports Plex. It used to be where the Solar Bears used to practice. I believe the Orlando Magic practice there as well. I'm not sure if they still do or not. That's just right that direction right over there. Again, I-4 is not too far away from here. You know, it's always interesting when you hear the backstory of a family and then you get an opportunity to come out and pay your respects. You know, they're sitting here nestled under a nice live oak tree. be nice if there's a nice bench right here. You can just sit and relax, drink some coffee, have a nice snack. So there we pretty much have it, I believe. Let me check my notes. A lot of times I don't have notes. Every once in a while I decide to have notes. This one I decided to have notes for. It's one of those interesting things whenever you ever find yourself taking and, going out to locations is how do you approach all the information? Fairly well trained in the ability to convey historical items, ideas, thoughts, facts. So that's not always the biggest issue, is being able to remember. Sometimes it's nice to have a reference sheet. Again, if you ever find yourself, going out somewhere, a lot of times I just wing it. 90% of the time I just wing it. Same thing as, I don't always bring my gimbal. I don't always bring an exterior mic, so hopefully it's helping some. I mainly brought it because I knew that the 414 and i4 was very loud. I'm also still recovering from some asthma stuff, some allergy stuff that I need to get past. So I know my voice isn't as strong as it normally would be. So I knew that. So I wanted to ensure that we had the best quality ever. So hopefully it's working. If it's not, I'm sorry. So we have so much more to cover in the channel. We have more true crime stories to cover, more historic locations to cover, more haunted locations to cover, more theme parks. I'm going to a lot more theme parks this year. Traveling's a little wonky. One of the traveling locations I wanted to go to probably won't happen, unfortunately. One of the states I wanted to go to, but I'm hoping to at least get to a couple places this year. We're coming up on some crazy numbers. Never thought would happen. But within 500 subscribers of 5,000, which is something I thought never would happen. We're creeping up on 1 million views total on the channel. Something again I never thought was even possible. So thank you guys all again for continuing to watch. And many of you aren't just watching, you're liking the videos, you're commenting, you're letting me know what you like, what you dislike, what you want to see more, asking additional questions, giving me more ideas about what you guys want to see. And sharing. I've noticed, a lot of my videos have been shared. Some of my videos have been shared over 7,000 times, which is crazy to me to think that, 7,000 people have hit that share button to take and share a video with someone else. And that helps out tremendously. It helps get my videos out into the algorithm, helps get other people to know what I do. It's also an opportunity for me to be able to take and hopefully get to the point where the success continues to grow and we can get out to more locations. But I can only do it with you guys. I can't do it without you guys. I am super appreciative of everything you guys do. Hopefully you like this quick little video. Hopefully I'm not too loud. I'm trying to compensate for the fact my voice is a little wonky, is a little loud out in the distance. I haven't used an external mic in a while. So yeah. So here we are at the Waterhouse Final Resting Place. Something I've wanted to cover. When I was telling the stories, kind of you could feel a little bit of energy, legs and stuff like that. I was like, okay. So maybe their presence is still present here. Maybe I may need to come out here one night in a night investigation. I'm not sure when the gates close, if they close, how they close. But if that's something you guys would be interested in, make sure to hit that like button, put a comment in. Let me know if you want to see some nighttime investigation. Is that a bug? Maybe. I don't know. Some of the things we get for coming out here. Into the wild, into the wilderness. So yeah. I'm gonna head back out here. So much more I want to cover on this channel. So I'm walking, so I might as well continue to talk. This is so peaceful. I could definitely see myself sitting right there with a nice lunch one day and just enjoying the peacefulness. There's not as much flowers here. There's not as much other trees. There's a few. So probably still going to kill my sinuses and my allergies, but I think it's worth it. So this is me, Golden Ticket to History, signing off. As always, continue to look for the history in film. Thank you guys again so much for all the support, and I'm so excited for what's new. Make sure, again, to check out Ghost Story Girl, Ashley, her Instagram. I believe she may even have a YouTube if she doesn't. She needs one. She's amazing. She covers some really amazing content. So definitely take and check out her pages. Hit that follow button. Subscribe if she has a channel. I'm not sure if she does or not. I'll have to check it out. So this video is over now. Have a great day, everyone.